Okay, bear with me because I don't have a lot of time and this is a large issue. So I'm going to try to keep this short. But I'm just learning today that Republicans don't want to solve the immigration crisis. And why do I say that? Well, you know, and I know for years, they've been touting that the Democrats do not want to do anything about the border. They want to let fentanyl come through. They want to let illegal immigrants come through. They want to say that they're rapists and all this other stuff, right? They don't want to do anything about the border. Even Mike Johnson said this about the border.
Last month alone, we saw the most illegal crossings in recorded history. It is an unmitigated disaster, a catastrophe. And what's more tragic is that it's a disaster of the president's own design.
Well, in my humble opinion, there's no real crisis on the border. But the Republican Party has no other ideas, and they're good at messaging. They're very good at messaging. So what they do is they hammer a particular message and just hammers it out to the American people to the point where you start to believe, oh crap, there is a crisis on the border. And the Democrats fell for it. So what the Democrats decided to do was that the president and the Senate, they all got together and said, hey, let's put together a bipartisan bill so that we can solve the immigration crisis. What did the Republican Party do? They listened to Donald Trump and will not do anything.
Then he went on social media and wrote incorrectly, we are better off not making a deal, even if that pushes our country temporary close up for a while.
Trump don't want a deal so he can go on the campaign trail and say, look, there's a crisis. But if there's a crisis, why wait until 2025 to fix it? Why not fix the crisis now? Even Mitch McConnell is in on the deal with Trump.
In a closed-door meeting yesterday, Minority Leader Mitch McConnell poured cold water on the deal, saying, quote, we don't want to do anything to undermine him. Him, as in Donald Trump. He has been pushing Republicans to now oppose the deal so he can use the chaos at the border as an election issue against President Biden.
And you actually got some Republicans that want to do a deal with the Democrats now in an election year so they can also go back and say, look, constituents, look what we did for you. But we got other Republicans blocking us. They're out there wanting to do a deal, but they can't do one because the powers that be, Mitch McConnell and Mike Johnson, don't want to do anything because Donald Trump told them to.
I think the border is a very important issue for Donald Trump. And the fact that he would communicate to Republican senators and congresspeople that he doesn't want us to solve the border problem because he wants to blame Biden for it is really appalling.
From my point of view, we need relief today, and what we're trying to do will help him if he gets to be president.
Anything that interrupts that negotiation, I think, would be tragic.
I don't doubt that he wants a perfect deal. So do I on it. But we've got to be able to figure out how to be able to do something right now to get as much done as we can possibly get done.
I hope we don't live in a world today in which one person inside the Republican Party holds so much power that they could stop a bipartisan bill.
And I got one more for you. Speaker Johnson, Senate border deal dead on arrival in the House. So they sat here for years, and especially in the last year, border crisis, border crisis, border crisis. But the minute the White House and the Senate said, okay, let's go ahead and get something done, it's dead on arrival. They don't want to do it, all because Donald Trump told them not to do it. What do you think?